Let it go, let it go. 12 Guinness was a bad idea. Let it go, let it go. This is why I was on the news. 'Cause on Grafton Street, where I shit myself, it was 4 a.m. and the guards wouldn't touch me anyway.
Hello, the peoples of the internet. It's Thursday, it's 8 p.m. It's Facebook or YouTube, however you're watching it. And this is the Party Tits Disney party. And this is what I've come as the Little Mermaid. Here's my red hair. Here's my, Anyway, we'll get into what my costume is. First things first is I want to welcome my hold on, let me get rid of this. Welcome my other tits. I've got some Disney-based introductions for them. Here we are. We're going to first welcome. He raised eyebrows at his wedding when his vows included a Disney quote, namely, "Darling, it's better. Down when it's wetter. Take it from me." Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kigo.
Oh, what an intro! Best one I've ever had. Part of that
whose dulcet tones you heard at the start. That was some rendition of that song from Let It Go.
Yeah, only half based on my own personal life. I'll leave it up to you guys to decide which half.
Another introduction. You can't see her at the moment because she's also going to do a big costume reveal, but let's give her the introduction first. She hates the idea of a Disney princess. She wants to be a democratically elected Disney head of state. Everybody, it's English McCarthy.
Hooray!
Hold on, let me bigify that.
Okay. Let's leave Ayla on the big screen for the whole show.
I'm so happy because I'm Sebastian from Little Mermaid.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I didn't even, because when I put up my Instagram thing, there was me and I was doing like a kind of Photoshop thing of me as Ariel and Kigo was the fish. And I just thought, well, I thought it would be funny if Ailish was the crab. And you've actually just went, I'm the crab, and you've done that. So rather than a Disney party, it should have just been a Little Mermaid party, is what we should have.
I think that's what we're going with. But Kigo has Scar on his shirt, which is quite funny.
Yeah, number one uncle there.
There's
a hidden message in there somewhere. I don't know.
Scar on his t-shirt, and of course, he's cosplaying as Jafar's beard from Aladdin as well.
If I do a headstand, I am Jafar in a porn film. So let's not do that.
And you know what, mate? You know what, Neil O'Dwyer? Yeah, she does. Ayla wins the contest. Yeah, there we are. I mean, I can tell you what I've done. I've put a hand drying towel on my head, and some of my nephew's sand toys I've sellotaped to my like I've literally I've sellotaped a clam, which is the wrong color, but I thought I had two clams. I didn't. I've got a star, so I've got a bit of I've taken a bit of license with this Disney breast. So there's not a lot of chat about my costume, but Ailish, I'm going to big screen you again. Walk us through the look.
So I obviously knew that Ben was going to bring the fire, and I was like, I just need to make something. And I was like, oh my God, I could be Sebastian the Crab. I don't throw out any bags or boxes. This is made out of the continuous red bag that I bought a phone in. And I cut it up. I put my head on it.
You bought a phone in a red bag? Like, where were you? Did you buy the phone from
Vodafone? Vodafone gave me the bag, and it was a red bag. And I also have there's string going around. Like I put a lot of effort in. There's like string bits going around here that go around my head.
Wow, that is.
And I walked into my housemate like this, and she just like, what are you doing? And looked at me, and she was like, actually, you did a really good job. And then I sent like another photo to my friend, just like happy like that. And he was just like, can I just say that you made my day? And I was just like, good. And I put up a thirst post on Instagram just to throw you guys off, just be like, oh my god, surprise. And then this is what came out of it.
Wow. What did you call it? Did you call it a thirst post?
Oh yeah, I was about to. Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Oh, somebody knows all about social media. It's so funny when Ailish is full screen and we go, oh well, we better get the rest of us involved, and then it's a fucking guy with a towel on his head. Like,
well, it's a girl.
I look more like I'm going to be in a kid's nativity play. It's why I look like a third wise man.
Third wise, that like, what is it, like Zoolander? Merman.
Yeah.
I look like the kid from Love Actually. Like, I'm the lobster in the nativity play, you know?
I think Ben's been held back, in senior infants for 43 years, and he's still hanging on for that lead role of Joseph,
Yeah, I want to be. Yeah, I want to be first wise man. Is what I want to be. I don't want to be. I don't want to be the myrrh guy. I want to be the frankincense guy.
But you guys had no idea. I didn't want to show you guys this. I was just like, who else is dressing as a Disney princess? Because I just wanted to throw you guys off. But yeah, I'm the crab. Yes, he's awesome.
What's his name? The crab?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. That's it. What's the fish's name?
Flounder.
Right. Okay.
Keep it coming. Okay. I'm getting these.
And indeed, where is Mermaid Ben? Then it's at the bottom of the sea. That's
at the bottom of the sea.
And I want to. So I want to genuinely pretend that I misspelt that for comedy effect, but it was minutes. I was like, I'm going to put that up. I think that'll be a laugh. But it was minutes until the show was about to start, and I'd eaten marmalade earlier today, and I think I still had that in my head, and I did. And I was just like, "Fuck it, let's just do it. Let's just go find that's how mermaid is being spelt today."
Yeah, like it is what it is. Yeah.
Oh, God bless us all. So, Kigo, I think let's have a round of applause for Ailish in her costume. This is
absolutely Alo and the crabs.
Yeah.
Last one of the series, and we're going out with a bang that has crabs at the end of it.
Yay!
How are you guys doing? Are you okay? How are you doing?
Good. Kigo, you start.
Oh, bossy crab! Big bossy crab.
Yeah, these crabs are angry crabs. I'm trying to. It's exactly the same thing every week. I know I've done a lot of things, but I can't remember any single one of them. I went for a swim. Went for a swim in Bray, and I lost all of my genitals. It was that cold. So all 5 of them are gone now. I don't really know what I tick in any sort of form. When I have to renew my passport, I don't know what to tick. So that's been my big thing over the week, trying to thaw out my party area.
When you started saying that, I thought you were doing the joke that we did last week of trying to sell a Disney plot as like an actual thing that happened to us. And for a moment there, I was like, what fucking film did they lose their genitals?
Sorry, Alo, ask again, and look, we'll edit that bit out.
Rewind.
And we'll pretend that never happened. Right?
Is that what happened to the sword and the stone? Is that?
I mean,
the pork sword and the stone. It's a very different film.
Well, if we're going to do that, I made a list of some Disney porn titles, of which Sleeping Booty, that's one. So
now we're ready. Here we go.
Yeah,
Sleeping Booty.
Aristotwats. There's another.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
The sword in your ma. That's one.
Oh, that's lazy. That's so lazy. Just sword in your ma.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, so everyone's good. How are you, Ailish? Apart from being bloody good at costumes.
Pretty good. I made mac and cheese a couple of minutes ago with my housemate. It turned out really, really well. And then this monstrosity that's on my head. I'm actually really proud of it. And I know it's like something a 5-year-old would make, but I'm actually fucking proud given the fact that all the art and hobby shops are closed. Yeah.
No, that looks good. I mean, we got it immediately rather than what's this guy up to? Like, it's
What's this now? What's this? Yeah, I guess. What was I doing? Same as everybody. We just miss our friends. Stay safe. Stay indoors. If we all just fucking stayed in for 3 weeks, that'd be amazing. Rather than this whole malarkey of staying in for the rest of the year. I'd really, really love if that wasn't the case.
Oh wait, why is that the chat? Is it? I haven't really looked at the news for a couple of days. Is that what they're saying? Is it?
Yeah, they're kind of saying that schools are going to go back in April, and events won't be back until autumn.
Right.
Under the sea.
Well, so as a nice thing, Kigo, I mean, if that broadly, if we can talk about it on air, that broadly falls in line with the thing that you're proposing, which might be nice to talk about as a thing to G the spirits of a nation. Give us a world.
Let's G the world up. If we are in fact talking about the same thing, this is the nudist beach run. Yeah.
Wow, this took a hard left.
It is now.
We'll come back to the beach run. That's weather dependent. But no, people of the world, we're trying to get everyone reignited as human beings in 3D form. So we're taking over a club in Dublin for 3 days, Halloween weekend, this year, 2021, I believe it is still. Although, have we reached 2021 yet, Ben, with your Chinese New Year? Oh, we did.
Yeah,
last week.
Chinese New Year was when was it? Last Friday.
So we're all in the same year now.
We're all on the same calendar. Yep.
Yeah, so we're going to take it over, and we're going to do a 3-day comedy festival. We're going to have 47 seats for sale, but we will be live streaming it because we know people aren't going to be comfortable leaving their houses yet, but we still love you. Friday night, we've got Jack. Jack McKenna is going to run the Rascal Comedy night, and he's going to have, I believe, he's going to have 5 or 6 guests on. It's going to be great. Saturday is Party Tits night, so we will be there taking over the venue. We want you all there, whether it's physically, emotionally, or on your couch. And then on Sunday, we're going to finish it off with Sinead's Sunday Rollover, another class night of comedy. Basically, we're trying to kick everything off again in a safe and semi-responsible way. Certainly, the night will start off responsible. How it ends is completely up to you guys. Alo is stuck in that outfit, so she will be dressed as a crab, Sebastian the Crab, on Halloween again. Ben, I assume you don't have to change either because it's Halloween. So, and I will be dressed as Jessica Rabbit for the entire weekend. So we have all of this to look out for. But keep an eye out on the Party Tits Facebook page and our socials, and you'll see it all popping up. We'd love to see every single one of you there in whatever form you can possibly make, if that is what Ben was alluding to. Otherwise, the feline is out of the backpack.
That is what I was alluding to. No, I do want to hear more about this nude beach run. Imagine chariots of fire, but with no trousers on. And Neil O'Dwyer there saying sounds great to the comedy weekend, not the nude beach run. Let's just make that.
Well, we don't know, do we? We don't know what he thinks. So, we'll just say yes for both of them.
D. Dooley, will I be able to get the 145 home?
That's the bus out to beautiful Bray. Well, depends how lucky you get, D. You might be staying in town. Let's see if we can set you up with someone over this comedy weekend, because it's a service we also supply. We are matchmakers. So dress inappropriately.
I think we've got somebody who's booking tickets and coming. I would like to see that. And I was thinking that if Neil comes along, then that would be great. And I'm actually, even though it's still ages away, I'm working on a little jingle for if Neil does come along, which we will do at the show.
Amazing.
It'll be along the lines of Neil O'Dwyer, Neil O'Dwyer, Neil O'Dwyer is in the room, Neil O'Dwyer is in the room. But,
so it's great for awkward silences as well. That'd be great. So Neil, take the next week off work, because if you're over here for a weekend, you'll need the kind of 3 days in the jail, and then you'll be able to get home relatively sane. So we would hopefully see you there.
I don't know. I don't know if he's allowed to travel. After he killed that boy. Let's keep that
wow.
rumor going.
How did we get here?
That Facebook algorithm's going to kick in now, and suddenly Neil O'Dwyer disappears from Facebook. You know.
My favorite thing about Ailish's costume is that when she disapproves, the costume really accentuates her disapproving face.
It's like one of the what are those Transformers? You know the way when they're like no, and they have like such a helmet in the back of it. So this is the show.
Sorry. Could
An
you
artifact.
phrasing there, Alo? Sorry. What was the last sentence you said, or am I just under caffeinated today?
Who's drinking what?
Well, firstly, just to finish off the chat about the comedy weekend, Cassandra Sheridan, yes, please, we would love to see you, and we would love to see you so much that if you show up, we'll also have a jingle for you as well. And of course, D Dooley. I mean, this is us saying that about D Dooley. Okay, all right, you know, look. Okay, if you buy a ticket, we will get your name and address, and we will make a jingle for you for the show. Miho Murphy, you're getting one as well.
There it is. Yeah. Jesus, Ben's going to be busy now until Halloween writing jingles.
Making all these jingles, yeah.
That's fine. We've got plenty of time, I guess. I mean, we could just do one standard musical something and just substitute names in. That's what I'm thinking.
What else are we doing? Yeah.
Hold on.
And we also need a jingle for Jerry Laddams when he shows up as well. So.
Oh yeah. It was funny when you were saying who else was going to have shows, Jack McKenna and Sinead Walsh, and I was going to add the kind of the host thing of going, hey, you might remember Jack because he was a stripper on our show, and then I was going to be like, hey, and Sinead, you might remember her because she was also a stripper on our show.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Without being too over the top, we've had a lot of friends pose as strippers in this last series. Not even the full since we started.
Well, the two of you have slipped the nip, and I'm the only one who hasn't slipped the nip. So, whoa, winning.
So Halloween weekend.
Buy tickets.
That's how we sell it on Halloween weekend. One more nipple will be shown throughout the weekend. Probably not ALOs, but let's see. Let's see if that sells a few tickets, you know. But I think stripping for your friends is the ultimate friendship test. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's not really about hiding bodies or whatever. It's how much nudity will you show to cover an awkward silence on an internet comedy show. And we had Jerry Laddams and Sinead to do that for us. So they are our best friends, as well as Neil O'Dwyer. No pressure, Neil, to strip for us, but we'd certainly bump you up that list.
No, we don't condone this. And I also thought he was going to say the plot of a story there, and then a big beast pushes Gaston off the top of a castle. But no, it wasn't going there.
Well, okay, yes. Do you know what, Ailish? You're quite right. This is our Disney party. So let's start Disneying. Let's start then. I should have passed around these crack hat, but I just thought I'll just ask the simple questions. Guys, give me your favorite Disney films. Keegle, let's start with you. What's your favorite Disney film?
I have two. Mary Poppins, because it's just brilliant, and I'm going to marry Julie Andrews, even though I'm sure she's still alive. But yeah, I'm going to marry her. And I do like Aladdin for the punability of the name, but also I'm quite thankful that nobody dressed as Jasmine, especially you, Ben. That was the threat during the week, and that would have ruined or made better every fantasy I've ever had. So they're my two, Mary Poppins and Aladdin.
What do you think? So you're talking about, obviously, the original film, Robin Williams as the genie. What do you think about the live action Aladdin that we had recently?
It's not good. I see what they tried to do, and I didn't like it. I wish I had extra hands. To quote the great Dave Chappelle, I wish I had extra hands to give that more thumbs down. That live action was not my cup of tea. I didn't find Jasmine as believable as the cartoon version. And and I disliked the fact that Aladdin's hairline got stronger and stronger the longer the film went on. So the CGI was completely unbelievable.
Did you see that Will Smith was meant to be blue, but people they did it like a teaser film, and everyone was like, "Oh dear Lord, no!" So they had to go back and edit the filming to have him like not blue because everyone hated it so much. So that's why he's not blue in the film, because the public were like, like kill it with fire.
Yeah, well, see,
Yeah, okay,
Will Smith is like Sean Connery. Like, it's the same in every film. You can't change. Like Sean Connery, what is he in The Untouchables? He's an Irish guy with Ben's accent.
Yeah.
He's the same all the way through. The Hunt for Red October, I think he's supposed to be Russian or something.
Yeah.
So Will Smith has to be the Fresh Prince and everything, or Mike Lowry from Bad Boys.
But I did like that Will Smith didn't try to be Robin Williams. He was himself. So that you kind of can give him credit for.
Yeah. Do you know what's bad? Is it Aladdin 2? The straight well, at that time it was straight to video.
Return of Jafar, yeah.
And it's obviously not Robin Williams as the genie, and it's just some guy who's not Robin Williams as the genie. It's my appraisal of that film.
Some guy, it's a voiceover actor of Homer Simpson.
No way. Is it?
Yes, way. Yeah.
Oh,
my God. They got the guy who does Homer Simpson to
Dan
do
Castellaneta.
There you go. What a name. Yeah, they got him.
Can I just ask, Alo, do you think there's going to be a quiz on tonight or something?
Yeah.
The knowledge you're dropping. Was Will Smith originally blue in Aladdin? No, he was, and then they stopped it.
Look at this. Look how much fucking effort. Okay? Don't you dare.
I screenshotted it earlier on. So yeah, absolutely.
Guess who isn't a Disney princess? I'm going to give you five princesses and tell me which one isn't a Disney princess.
Have you worked a little quiz for us? Is that what you were?
I have 2 questions.
Okay. Yeah. Well, before we go into that, I feel like Dee Dooley was late to the start of the show. She's asked me if the towel on my head is me challenging Ariel, and yes, it is. And just like comedy mileage again. Let's get me old clam tit holders out. So that's what I was supposed to be doing. Ailish, over to you.
Drink it in.
Drink it in, and then get your friend to hold your head over the toilet whilst you vomit it all out.
Okay, so out of the 5 Disney princesses, and you guys can play at home, I'm going to give the answer. There's 5 Disney princesses, or 5 princesses. Which one isn't Disney? So there's Princess Leia.
Yeah.
No.
Ariel.
Yep.
Anastasia. Princess Fiona. Or there's Cinderella.
Wait, which isn't Disney?
Yeah,
there's a few of them who aren't Disney.
No, okay. I know what you're trying to do there. So Princess Leia, the Star Wars franchise, is now owned by the Disney company.
Yes,
she is a Disney princess.
Yeah.
Fiona is DreamWorks. Shrek is DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Is that? That's not. Who else did you? Anastasia isn't. That was like one of those.
That
was the weird one that no one watched. Yeah, that was.
Fair play.
Which one was it? Which was it?
It was Princess Fiona, and it was also Princess.
Cinderella.
Anastasia. Yeah, she's DreamWorks as well.
I haven't watched that.
It's really good.
I'm intrigued to find out how they've made an animated children's film about the brutal execution of an entire royal family.
Well, Meg Ryan is Anastasia, and John Cusack is her love interest, and it's actually like they leave out so much of it, and then they have lovely, beautiful songs in it. I would totally recommend watching it.
Cool. And is it about like after? Because there's this whole thing about Princess Anastasia. Maybe she survived the murder of the Russian royal family, and this is after. Is it? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Well, it's not often that I say this about animated films, but I know what I'm going to be watching with my bottle of wine after this show.
I actually really want to watch it too. Did anybody get Disney Plus? Was anybody arse? Does anybody do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't. Okay.
Well, no, I just bought it off a friend so at the start of the year when it was first launched. Me and my girlfriend were living with her sister and her boyfriend, and he had Disney Plus, and we mostly just watched The Simpsons rather than any. Well, we mostly just watch The Simpsons, and they also have National Geographic, so there's lots of documentaries that we wanted to watch as well. So.
But the funny thing of whenever there's a new streaming service, the family WhatsApp group, they all go really quiet waiting for the first person to get it. And then it's like, oh,
what's your login?
What's your password? Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just distracted by. If I'd seen the tits, that's D. After I'd shown me all.
We're the Aristotits.
Oh yeah, okay, the Aristotits. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That's great. Have you got any more? So have you got any more Disney quiz? Because I was enjoying the vibe of that.
I guess I have some like table quiz knowledge. So basically, the voiceover of Ariel, Disney got her again, and she's a voiceover of Barbie in Toy Story 3. So they got the same actress back, like 15 years later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
like the Jungle Book was Walter Disney's like last film that he was involved in before he died, and then I heard about Snow White
before he died, before he froze himself and is now beneath Disneyland. That's you heard about the cryogenic Disney stuff, didn't you?
No.
Go
on. We're gonna talk about it.
There's like this rumor that when Walt Disney died, that it was that stepping up of the belief in kind of freezing your body cryogenics, that sci-fi thing of the 50s. And apparently Walt Disney, the rumor is cryogenically frozen beneath Disneyland in California, awaiting to be reanimated at some point when anti-Semitism is acceptable. Okay, let's all have a laugh at that because he is in fact a noted anti-Semite as well. I'm not just a guy who said anti-Semitism for a laugh. I mean, I am, but I mean that's it was also a bit of a.
I heard about the Mary Poppins was that he really wanted the rights and he was wooing her for ages, and then he made the film and she was like, I hate it so much. What was up with penguins?
Yeah.
And she hated every second of it. She was like, that's not Mary Poppins. It was like, well, it's your kids, And then they made what is it, Saving Mr. Banks, which is like technically using the rights again, just in a cheeky way. Oh
yeah, I feel like Walt Disney would have been cancelled well before this had Tom Hanks not played him in a film. I think if Tom Hanks, like if Woody Allen wants to be rehabilitated, get Tom Hanks to play him in a film, and we'll be like, it's Tom Hanks. We forgive everything Tom Hanks has ever done.
They go through it all, like Kubrick, Polanski, everyone's estate is just trying to get Tom Hanks in to play them, and then the slate is wiped clean. It's the Hanks effect.
Yeah, and then supposedly the girl who did Snow White, like her voice, she never got a job again. And the actor who played Aladdin in the non-animated version, he's like, I thought, I played like the name of the movie. I played that character, and he hasn't gotten a job since. And he was like, this is an outrage. He's trying to get opportunities, and he's just struggling. It's just like Disney does bring you up there, and then like I don't know if they have any like springboard for like future.
I did read that interview. The main issue is he wasn't very good, and I think that's why he hasn't gotten any work. It's not the fact that he played Aladdin. I think that was the issue. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't make the audition, so I got a call back, and then it was like, "Will you do nudity?" I was like, "Yes," and they said, "You're not getting the job."
Who's this? The guy who's in the cartoon Aladdin, or the guy that's in the live action Aladdin?
The live action one.
Allegedly. We're not getting sued yet. We're at the end of our second series. We're just not getting sued.
Well, it's a bit like Tara Reid from the American Pie films, wondering why she can't get any more roles. Because I watch them every once in a while, I love them, but then it opens with Tara Reid pretending to sleep, and she can't even lie still and pretend to sleep in a believable manner. So that's why she can't get any work. It's not that there's anyone against her. She's just awful. That's just it.
I always, when I see people sleeping, I'm like, easiest acting job ever. Easiest acting job ever.
She's literally like this.
Stop. Shut the front door.
In what? In what
American Pie 1, 2, 3, 4, and 18 this time. Okay. I need that American Pie money.
I love American Pie films.
I love them.
They lived in a place in my growing up, which wow, okay, here we are, classic party tips. We're talking about American Pie on our Disney party. I mean, that's it's on brand. Anyway, sorry, Dee Dooley has given us, I think, a pretty interesting question. Not Disney, but it's still, this could be interesting. Who played the most historical figures, Liam Neeson or Tom Hanks? I'm going to throw that out to my fellow tits.
Well, did you know Liam Neeson was in the non-musical version of Les Miserables, and he was Jean Valjean.
Is that a real thing?
John Bon Jovi? What?
Jean Valjean or something. John Bon Jovi?
Yeah, no, yeah. He wasn't in Les Mis.
John Paul II. He was the Pope. What?
But there's like a non-musical version of Les Mis, and he is Jean Valjean.
Just a talking version.
Yeah. And then he's obviously Michael Collins.
Schindler.
Yeah, he's Oscar
he's in
Schindler.
Schindler.
Yeah,
he is Detective John Taken in the Taken films. That's
they're not historical. They're not.
That's not the character's name either. That's.
But like Tom Hanks is Sully. He's also The Bridge, Saving Private Ryan. What else
Castaway,
is he?
The fella who danced on the piano in that toy shop.
Captain. What's the Captain something?
Captain Phillips. Yeah.
Captain Phillips.
Big is a true story. Did you know?
He also plays Harrison Ford.
No, it's not. It's the guy that swaps his body with an adult, and it's not. So, what is it? It's about a boy that grows up, or a guy who goes down to be a boy, or something. That's not. I was going to pretend that it was like a. Didn't you hear about the man who became a boy in the papers a couple of years back, and they made a film?
No, I'm too gullible, but I'm not having that. I was so close. I was like, I'm just going to go with my gut here. No.
I mean, I made that joke, and then I saw you looking confused. And again, the crab thing makes it's like weird. It's like Kigo and I are two evil guys at Halloween, and you're a kid that's come to the door in a costume, and we're making you answer all these stupid fucking questions before we give you some sweets. It's like,
guys, stop talking about my crabs. I'm really insecure about it.
I find putting the crabs out in Front Street is just a way to get that conversation over, and I think it's very brave what you've done.
So what do we reckon? What do we reckon? Then Liam Neeson or Tom Hanks?
I think it's Tom Hanks, but I think it's a trick question. I think she knows something.
Okay, well, I think Tom Hanks and he goes Liam Neeson.
I think it's Tom Hanks. But I think Liam Neeson gets asked to narrate historical documentaries on RT more often, and that's what
confusion lies. Some more voiceover work of historical figures.
So,
Dee is a question piece. She's just going to disappear now.
So
I know that we'll be talking about it until series 3.
Well, we have the answer. The answer is in. Dee has spoken, and the answer is, I'm fucked if I know.
Oh, for God's sake.
Okay, you're not getting a jingle on our weekender if you keep asking questions and not knowing the answer. There's no jingle.
I thought she was going to come out going, it's Sean Connery or it's Michael Caine.
It's Harrison Ford,
exactly.
In terms of jingle, though, actually, D, she's fucked as she knows. Yeah.
The whole hour before the show starts on the Saturday night is going to be Ben, just recordings of Ben doing jingles for everyone. It'll be like Cameo or something,
Recordings. I'm going to sit in a rocking chair in the center of the stage, and I'm going to do them all live.
And in order to hear your jingle, you have to show up.
And you're going to play guitar, Kigo, and Ailish, dressed as a crab, is going to silently dance a jig at the side of the stage. It's going to be the most beautiful, impressionist thing. Can
I tell you about the strangest gig I've ever seen?
Please. Yes, please.
I was in Edinburgh, and I was at late night lip service, which is like a drag queen with a beautiful beard hosts the gig. Her name is Ginzilla, and she's like 7 foot. And she's a tall woman. And so basically they have people coming on who give you 5 minutes of their show, and some of them are amazing, so that you get a taster of all of the Fringe and then you go to their show. And sometimes people don't show up. So what they did was one girl ran out on stage naked with an electronic hat that made popcorn. She had hula hoops and she was like really, really drunk. And then like popcorn started coming out of her hat and she started eating it and was screaming the whole time. And I was like, this has to be the strangest thing I've ever done. And I went to theater school. Like, this has to be the strangest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Wow. Hard agree. What was the show that she was doing?
Working through the Rolodex. That's the first question. Yeah.
I think somebody didn't show up. They're like, okay, you gotta run out on stage for like 5 minutes. Just do something really wacky and out there. And she goes, I had the thing for you, my friend. And so I was just like, I think I've just seen a naked woman with a metal hat that makes popcorn, and she had hula hoops. So I think that's like, I was like, no one's gonna believe me when I say this.
But was that part of the show that she was doing? Or...
For like 2 minutes. Yeah, and then the next act came out or something just to keep the show running along.
What? I know, but like if people saw that and went, I want to go and see the other 55 minutes of that show. I'd love it if she went out and did that, and then at the end she was like, yes, so I'm going to be part of I'm doing a production of Alan Bennett's The History Boys, if anybody wants to.
But similar to Keego was talking about running naked on the beach. I was like, oh, I'm Leicester have this thing called like naked stand-up. And I was just like, oh, I might, do that, like push the boundary and like do naked stand-up. So the whole lineup is naked. And I was like, but like, think about it. You're going to like get in shape for it. You're going to really work hard to get in shape for the gig. And 2, no one's listening to you.
Really? Would you want to do that kind of thing?
Like, not anymore, but at the time I had signed up for it and I was like, no one's going to listen to me. It's going to be the easiest gig I ever do. I'm just going to go out, talk, and talk some material, and I can talk about fascism and no one would care because they're not listening. And it's not like I'm waiting to be naked to discuss fascism, but I think there's a gap in the market.
I would do that gig, but the difference would be whenever you're walking up and down the stage, every turn would be quick and sudden. So that
it's like a big fleshy lightsaber flinging it.
Thank you very much, Ben. Biggest compliment of 2021 so far. Thank you.
Have you ever seen the film Basketball?
No.
So it's a film that started before. Is that
Pauly Shore?
Right. No, it's not. It's a film that's Trey Parker and Matt Stone who do South Park. I can't remember if they started South Park and then this was a attempt to, and it was written by like the guys who did like, Police Academy and Airplane. And there's this great bit where they're like talking in the gym afterwards, so the gym changing rooms, and they keep like suddenly turning around, and then like you just see the edge of like a knob, like whoa, just like flying by. It's funny. I forget it. I made that sound boring, but it's a good film. Anyway, Disney. D is right. Disney is evolving rapidly. It sure is. This is the beauty of the party tits, is that we can go anywhere on absolutely nothing.
Like that time when I went on a horse to save my father in a castle by a beast, and
here she is. Here she is.
No. How does that feel?
I think you'll find, Ailish, that was actually a DreamWorks anecdote that you were telling there.
I was doing Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. What was everyone's first Disney film that they saw?
This is personal. Oh.
What did you say? That's a bit personal.
What was the answer? Nine and a half weeks. No. Jungle Book. Obviously not when it came out. For me, was Jungle Book, but not the first print of Jungle Book.
No, that's the same with me. Genuinely, the first Disney. In fact, the first film that I ever saw was a re-release of Jungle Book because it was my dad's first film, and he really loved it. Wanted me to see it as my first film. We went to see it in the old UCI in Edinburgh. For any people who remember that, who are watching it, it was great. Like it was so. It was my first film. It was my first animated film, and it was the first time that I saw like a moving image that was like much bigger, like a mind-blowing amount bigger than the television that was in the house that you had. It was a stunning childhood memory. I loved it.
Yeah, because my dad did a similar thing to you, except he brought me to see Basic Instinct. That was his so yeah, I'm scarred for life now.
I have a good question. Disney or Pixar? If you could only watch Disney or only watch Pixar from now on, what would it be? Disney or Pixar films only?
You see, I only watched the classics because I once we got into Anastasia we're talking about, and then Mulan and all that other stuff. I wasn't into that. I still watch the classics, so I'd probably go Disney for the classics. DreamWorks have, what do they have? We're getting into geeky territory here. What do they have? Toy Story, Shrek. What are their Cars?
That's Pixar, you biscuit.
Brilliant use of the word biscuit.
If I wasn't sitting down, I would just
like, hey, no language like that here.
It reminds me of that time I was in a restaurant on a date. We had one piece of spaghetti left. And,
Stop that.
No, you're right. There is definitely that kind of like that 90s golden period of Disney. So Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Lion King, Aladdin. That was I went to see those all in the cinema. I love those. Neil O'Dwyer. I'm too old to remember the first Disney film I saw. But we love you, Neil. We love you.
No matter what.
That was never a question. I love Pixar more than I love Disney.
So run me through. So yeah, there's Toy Story. What else?
Toy
Pixar?
Story, A Bug's Life.
That's a good
Coco.
one. Who did the bee movie? Do you remember the one about bees?
Oh,
that's Jerry Seinfeld's movie. That's
yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, a bee called Barry B. Benson, and it's just a bee. There's basically a stat. It's just Jerry Seinfeld, like, hey, what's the deal with honey?
but like,
what's the deal with having to defend the queen?
But like, I love The Incredibles. I love Finding Nemo.
Oh yeah,
like they're amazing films. Or Inside Out was like, I was in floods.
that was good.
Yeah.
Grinding Nemo.
You're selling it. You're selling Pixar. Maybe.
So I'm a diehard Pixar. Like Pixar, like honestly makes me cry. And up. Oh, Pixar shorts are fabulous. Oh my god, they're amazing. Hey Alex. They are so good. They're so funny to watch. They're all on like YouTube. Some are really, really dark, and some are really, really good.
Yeah, no, you're right about Up.
Just to remember,
possibly the saddest moments and.
Yeah, the porn efficiency of some of the Pixar films is much better than Disney. So you've got Grinding Nemo, obviously. That's look at the look on the crab's face. She's like, no.
Nemo's underage.
Sorry?
Nemo's underage. You can't be grinding Nemo.
But you're not supposed to think these things through. Like, I got Bernard frozen. I thought he was frozen there. Like,
well, I mean, my Wi-Fi connection isn't, but my soul is after that little back and forth. You fucking paid of biscuits.
What is it? Grinding Dory. I'll go with Grinding Dory. She's of age.
She's of age. All right, the village elder offering children for sacrifice.
She's also a fish. It's very difficult to get a grip on a fish.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I've gone too far. I'm not dead grinding Dory.
Have you seen Sausage Party?
I have not.
I've been to a few.
Everything about that film suggested I don't think I would like it, which is odd, but is it good?
So I watched it, and it's completely playing on the fact that Pixar, get inanimate objects and turn like cars into life, or like bugs, or so they're like, okay, what about condiments, and what about fucking like all the food at the grocery store, and like there's some food jokes in there. It's fine, and then at the very end they just have a massive orgy.
Wow. Okay.
Like, this will fit in there. Yeah, you heard me.
Oh yeah, Disney film, massive orgy.
At the end of Sausage Party. So they're
Yeah,
making fun of
I
Linda's
have been to
fucking
that.
umbrella.
Yeah. It was in college. It ended the same way.
This is, I'm just going to say this to viewers, this is not the Disney party that I thought we all had planned. This has gone places. This has gone places.
Can I just say that every time I look around the screen here, I see Alo dressed as Sebastian, which is beyond fantastic, and I see Ben with his towel there, Ariel hair, and starfish boobs. But the best thing of the whole thing is the way Ben has spelt Little Mermaid. I know we've been over this before, but every time I look at it, I double take and I go, "What's happening?"
Yeah, you need. I mean, you need the sign. Otherwise, it just looks like I've got a bit of congestion and I've got a bit of Vicks Vapor Rub going on. And you know, oh, sorry guys, I've got the cold.
Speaking of Vicks Vapor Rub, that's almost a link, Ben. Could I just point out something I saw during the week?
Yes.
Okay, so I bought Vicks Vapor Rub. I was a bit backed up, you know yourselves. Now, they've added something to the label of Vicks Vapor Rub. It says for external use only.
Yeah.
So that means enough people stuck Vicks Vapor Rub up their arse to warrant a sign on the label. That is the world we live in right now.
I've heard of someone using Tiger Balm by accident.
What's Tiger
Go
Balm?
Go on.
So Tiger Balm then is for, it's like Eastern balm that
Right, it's another weird thing where they've like ground up an animal. That's why we've got coronavirus, because of people.
No, like you put it on your bruises and it heals your bruises faster. I don't fucking know. It's ancient medicine, and it really hurts though. So you also use it for like, you know, sore muscles, and it helps the recovery of it. Now imagine, and it's also really tingly, like the lime shower gel. Yeah, it's like lime shower gel. It's that tingly on you. So imagine mistaking that. It's not a lubricant, Alex. Exactly, it's not. And some
Never
people
was a
have
it says it on the label here. Not a lubricant for external use only.
Yeah.
Hashtag ALO? What? I don't know what that means. But
yeah, it's just a story I heard, you guys. It's a story I heard. Did Kigo spill his drink when he was drinking?
You know, if I ever end up in court and I need like witnesses for the defense, I'm going to insist that Ayla shows up in the crab costume, because just everything you say has a more like innocence and believability and earnestness to it.
I actually have a funny story to tell you. So I'm nearly going to be an instrument of the state. Are you ready for this?
Go on
then.
So do you guys know what a peace commissioner is?
I misheard you there. Say that again.
A peace commissioner.
Oh no, I saw. Did you tell the story on a Rascal Comedy?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, tell me about this. This is good.
The guards have called to my house, and just to make sure I live there, and I answered the phone, and it was just like, "Hey, it's the Gardaí. Could you come down?" It's like, "Yeah, no problem." And I was just so like about it, like I was just like, "Yeah," and not like, "Why are you here?" I know I didn't do anything. I'm not that exciting. And my housemate looked outside, and she goes, "Oh my God, there's a fucking cop car!" And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I have to go down." And I was kind of milking it a little bit with her, because she doesn't know that I applied to be a peace commissioner, and. Yeah, so I went down, and a little boy was walking by with his man, and he goes, "What are you doing here, please?" I shouted at the Gardaí, and the Gardaí were like, "All right, yeah, we're just making sure, you know, you live here, and you're actually the closest person to the Garda station, so we're going to send back your application." But it'd be ideal, because you could just walk down to us and sign and arrest people and give people a bar license, and, you know, maybe not arrest people and let people go. And I would have the power of. I would be an instrument of the state.
Wait a minute. So
you're laughing now.
You can that thing that you see in like American films, the citizen's arrest. You can do that.
Yeah,
you can do stuff. I
would have more like legal intention behind it than just a citizen. I'd be like, I'm actually peace commissioner and keeping the peace. Do you all feel a little more peaceful now, lads? Do you all feel a little more peaceful?
We have our big Hollywood ending for the live Party Tits show in October. Somebody in the audience is going to be arrested. It's going to be legit, genuinely arrested by our very own peace commissioner tit, Ailish. Wow. Coming, the price of admission alone to see somebody abuse their political power. Yes, please.
So I remember like another time I was at the zoo with my mate Mihal. Mihal was watching this and my housemate got a call going, it's the Gardaí, is Ailish there? And she was like, oh my God, why? And then she texted me going, the Gardaí were here looking for you. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll sort it out when I get home. She was like, but Ailish, what the fuck? I got home and I was like, oh, it's this application thing. And she was just like, I actually just don't want to know. Because like literally she could walk in on me in a room like this right now. She knows it for comedy. She just like, I don't want to know. I went into the Garda station. I was like, you rang? You're asking for me? Like, I knew I didn't do anything wrong. Like, yeah, I'm just as vanilla as they come. So I was just like, what? And they were like, is there a reason you're in here? And I said, maybe a peace commissioner application. And they said, right, we'll give you a bell another time. I was like, okay, cool. And then they actually rang me going, why do you want to be a peace commissioner? I was like, well, like, what else would I be doing? I'm stuck indoors. I can't do anything.
Wow. I think the main question, Alo, do you get a badge that you can, Alo, peace commissioner.
Can you see this? I'm definitely going to make a badge. Okay.
That's, if you have a badge, then it's real. So.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want to see you tase somebody just for a laugh.
Oh. Neil O'Dwyer.
No, we
finally
like
makes it to Dublin.
We like Neil.
Just in the middle.
Neil is our friend, so we're not going to tase Neil. Neil can choose who we tase, though. That's.
I'll go with that. Yeah,
I like that.
I'll go with that.
Now, Neil, just remember, with great power comes great responsibility. So
yeah, this responsibility is on Neil, not Ailish. Neil. That's
yes,
good.
exactly. This is my tase whistle.
This feels great. This feels like firstly, and yes, quite rightly, yes. It's great that we find out about this in like the last episode of this series, because it feels like there's going to be like a nice to be continued into series 3 of the Party Tits, where one of us has got a promotion and they're off doing their own thing, and then we find out what they're up to. And actually, I am set. I mean, we're at like 5 minutes to the hour, so I guess it's probably time to bring it in. I want to see our Disney party. I don't know what this was. We started with Disney, and then we went all places. I mean, I'm also thinking I look like, like an evil version of the Emperor from Star Wars,
or the Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, the Handmaid's Tale. That's better.
Yeah, exactly. How did they not walk into walls all the time? You know what I mean? It's like they have all this kind of sexy headwear. Kind of mysterious headwear, in Star Wars as well. Yeah, and the Handmaid's Tale. And he's like,
we have a sixth sense. We have a sixth sense.
That's true. Men only have 2 senses.
And one of them is in the trenches.
Oh, come on, Ailish. That's just really rude. I mean, that's. I find
that degrading. You have ruined
the You know what? I take it back. And it never happened.
We are not just pieces of meat. We have feelings as well.
You know what? I can arrest you, and I can arrest you.
That is the best shut up line that we're going to use that whole weekend.
I shall await the paddy wagon, or as it's called in Ireland, the wagon, to come round. Well, I mean, I guess we are. It is time to close up. This is. I've said it a couple of times, but let's just hit it home. Let's really, because. The next thing we want to talk about is this. This is the last episode for a wee while. We're going to see what the reopening plan we're all in Ireland, so I guess it's the Irish government, what they're going to have. Maybe we'll get to do live things. Maybe people won't need us anymore because they'll be out at the pub from like next week. It's highly unlikely, but it's very possible. So the plan is that our next show, that series 3 of the Party Tits, will kick off on Thursday, the 18th of March, and it's going to be our St. Patrick's Day party. I mean, that's going to be great.
Oh yeah. Even though he's Welsh, we took ownership of him. Oh yeah. So
That's
yeah,
fine.
no, it's great to have a kickoff for series 3, but just in terms of kicking off, we're going to be rolling forward. But everybody, make sure you're available, vaccinated. That's your own business, but be vaccinated and movable for Halloween weekend because we want to see absolutely everybody. So we've given you enough time to run into. Oh Jesus!
So I'm going to put you in big screen, mate.
Tonight on Crime Watch. No, but do work your way around. How you mark? Work your way around whatever you need to do to get over to us for Halloween weekend. If you have any questions for us while we're setting all this up, fire over a message to the Party Tits Facebook page. Jesus, I'm on 2 screens now. This is awful. But we want to see everyone, and we are laying on a great weekend of comedy for you. So we will see you there. But let's get back to Ben, back to Ariel, back to. Oh, wait a minute!
Oh no, she's just a normal lady with the power to arrest you. Oh, that's a shame.
Perhaps has left a mark on her head.
I mean, we've already had our superheroes party, but I mean, like, if Ailish was dressed as a crab and like fucking tasing and arresting people on the street, I would be all about creating a graphic novel about that.
Oh my god, this is going to be the best Halloween anyone has ever had. Someone dressed as a crab, arresting and tasing people for your entertainment.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get rid of my towel. I'm not gonna get rid of my sand.
Yeah, leave them on. Get the hair out as well, Ben. You absolute show off.
Hey guys, we're doing some Jesus cosplay now, and
I'm gonna shave you while you sleep. We're off now, aren't we? The show's over.
Well, so I've got one last joke that I want to say. I was trying, like, I just kind of, I don't know what anyone else's writing process is. I just kind of like, I'll have a bit of paper and over the course of the day, I'll just write down kind of like puns to put in. So I had Jafar, not far enough if you ask me. And I thought I'd just try that out and see what that was like to close the show.
I've heard of the near Jafar wherever you are. You are here in my
That's
heart.
much better. That is much better.
My heart will go on. That's not mine. I heard it from the internet.
From the internet?
I heard something from the internet this morning, but it's not something we can mention on the show. We'll save that for series 3. That's our cliffhanger.
Well, last words will go to a great friend and designated T's commander, Neil O'Dwyer. Thanks for the laugh. Thank you, the audience, for watching this series of 6 episodes. We'll be back for series 3. Kigo and Ailish, from me, I would also say thanks for the laughs. This has been great being part of this with you guys. And I feel like I'm going to die or something like that. That's not what the vibe I'm giving up. All I wanted to say is just I've had a blast and hope you guys have as well.
Absolutely. It almost feels like Halo is going to arrest us and put us in jail and we can't do anymore. But no, it's going to be great. This is, as I said at the end of series 1, this is the example that not all drunk ideas are bad ideas.
Totally.
But they're not great either.
But I've also had a great time with you guys. Like, it was especially, there were days that were kind of tough with lockdown and you couldn't get to see your friends. And then this has really raised my spirits going, I'm actually so glad we have the show tonight because I'm just feeling a lot better that I got to like set aside time to laugh, to make you guys laugh. And I hope to meet you guys because we've only met each other once. I hope to meet you guys face to face. And yes, donate to our coffee pod because Ben's always working. Our coffee page. But like, it's been, I hope to meet you guys. Like, and we have like a fucking Party Tits, I don't know, bender when everything is back up and out and running and we go for drinks. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Listen, everybody watching at home, stay very safe and stay as you are, very beautiful. I've been Ben and I've had the pleasure of being with Okay,
Sorry,
it was going to be. I thought we were going to have like a smooth. Everyone be like wave and say their name, but Kigo and Ailish is.
This is what happens when it doesn't happen in rehearsal.
Yeah, we'll let it. This is what happens when you improvise, Ben. You can't. We're live now. We've got to pretend that didn't happen. All right.
So
Let's
professional.
do.
Can't get the staff these days.
A really nice emotional crescendo there, and I feel I've just ruined it.
This is a disaster. What? See you for series 3.